all you, dude.
No, I was getting to the page. Damn, give me a minute. God, you see how he is, Beth? He's such an ass.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how I co-host this with him.
It's okay. Like some screen popped up and I had to call DJ to come back because the mouse was in an unknown location. I'm like, I don't know.
At least you have a producer on hand.
Yeah, or else I never work in this town.
Alright, what's up, bros? I'm Jonathan.
And I'm Caleb.
We're a couple of bros on a mission to give you guys the most detailed movie reviews out there with as little bias as possible. Welcome to the All Bros. This week on the podcast, we have a very special guest. Wow. Very special, geez Louise. Very special guest, Beth from the Untrained Eye. Beth, you want to say hello?
Yeah, no, going to. What's up, guys?
Sorry.
Not special intro.
I'm killing it. I'm truly killing it this episode. Like I
mean,
always do.
We're having a
Like I
good
always
time
do.
still.
Yeah, see?
It just started.
See how bad it gets.
Yeah, we still got the whole reading segment to go through, so.
Oh, shit. Well, this week on the podcast, we got one item in 4K Spotlight. I said that right? That came across as 4K Spotlight.
Yeah.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Oh man, this is gonna be a good one.
Screw you. Okay, so yeah, we got a huge one to talk about with 4K Spotlight this week. Got nothing through the wall, so after that we'll be moving on to our headliner of the evening, which will be our breakdown of Barbie. I don't know if we're supposed to say Barbie the movie or just Barbie. I think it's just Barbie, right?
Yeah, I think it's just Barbie.
Okay, cool. So yeah, what do you guys say we get started?
Say, let's do it.
Am I supposed to say that? Let's do it.
Yes.
I mean, sure.
Yes. Absolutely, Beth.
I'm just joking. Who's Sam?
Oh.
Sorry.
What?
I didn't realize. I always ruin it. Like, this is my second time, and I'm like, hey, let me start talking. What's up, Sam Nelson?
Oh, shit.
Let's do it.
Oh.
Hello, my name is Brucker Nurse, and I want to tell you about my fun horror movie podcast called Autopsy of a Horror Movie. On my show, I like to have fun dissecting out what makes a horror movie scary, what worked for it, what didn't, what types of fears does it play off of. Is it an allegory for any sort of message? I don't know, but let's find out. Also, I like to watch slashers. I'm a big slasher guy, so I'll watch a slasher and do a kill grade for it. I will cover the kills and I will tell you how I would grade it based on shock, method, style points, and a fourth category that is a reflection of the movie. Besides those, I'll have fun with special topic episodes, commentary tracks, interviews with guests, including some Shudder directors, so I just like to have a fun time over here. If any of this sounds interesting to you or you just want to come check me out, please head over to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or anywhere they listen to podcasts and search for Autopsy of a Horror Movie. Also be sure to find me on Instagram at Brucker Horror, where you get fun updates and some cool little posts that I do. Thanks for listening, and I hope that you get to enjoy the show, and I'll see you on Instagram. Bye.
All right.
Sorry, guys.
Wow.
No, you're
kind of
Damn.
format. Like, we just kind of like shotgun it. And then, like, sometimes we pause to argue and then we come back. There's no, like, segues or segments.
Damn. DJ chose war today. Wow.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. It's
Not
exactly.
today.
I mean, it not only was it like Brucker's turn, but I knew specifically that I was going to do Brucker regardless of if it was his turn or not, just for DJ.
Oh my god.
Justice for Scott Pilgrim, absolutely. DJ.
Is he in the chat? I don't have it open.
Yeah, he is.
Holy shit, that's amazing. All right. Anyway, starting off with 4K Spotlight, got a huge movie coming out this Tuesday. Honestly, my favorite comic book movie of the year. Sorry, Across the Spider Verse, probably a hot take, but I don't care. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is coming to 4K, and we got some amazing exclusives here. So first off, we got just the regular 4K version. Um, Honestly, I really like this. I don't think that this was a poster at all. So, or maybe it was. Maybe it actually was a poster. But anyway, I freaking love this. All of them just walking, looking badass. I think it looks great.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
Oh, so sorry. I agree. It looks
Did
great.
you see this movie?
Yes, I saw it one time. I will never watch that movie again.
What?
Guys,
Why?
it was good, but I just can't take all those animals. Like I was crying the whole time.
Okay,
It's
that's
like,
a good excuse.
too
I will
much.
absolutely take that.
That
Yeah.
is acceptable.
As long as you didn't hate it.
Yeah.
Right. No, it
That
was
was
good, but I don't know. Like I think I was crying not for the wrong reasons, but probably not for what the movie was intended. I was like, oh my god. So, yeah.
Oh,
I mean
trust me,
that makes sense. That makes sense.
I honestly can't watch Rocket's first words without tearing up.
Oh,
Right.
Oh God, it's so heartbreaking.
Yeah. I just love animals too much, I think. And no.
Understandable.
dude, it just hits harder like every viewing too, because you know it's coming and you're just like, okay, I'm ready, and then it happens and you're like, ah!
No, I'm not.
Well, and they're so sweet too. Like, no.
Yeah. So understandable as long as you didn't hate it.
I did it.
Yeah. Okay. Phew.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is just the regular 4K version, but freaking love this cover artwork. Next up, we have the Best Buy exclusive Steelbook, which this is actually already sold out of pre-orders, so I don't know if they're going to be getting any more or if this is going to be very, very scarce.
Standable. That one is sick.
Right? Oh, yeah, I freaking love this one. I freaking pre-ordered this thing day one. I'm so excited for this. And the fact that can't really see it that well, but I love that they have Rocket on the back and then it's the group shot when you open the Steelbook. Freaking fantastic. I love it.
Did you just flex on everyone? You're like, I ordered mine, but you guys can't get one.
Sure did. I always have to.
I mean,
Like,
if you got it.
Like literally, once a movie comes out, like I'll give it like a week or two, and I'll check Best Buy's website if I know that a movie's getting a steelbook. I'll see if they posted their pre-order link yet, and yeah, I'll try to snatch that up as fast as I can.
Nice.
So that's the Best Buy exclusive. This is just the regular Blu-ray. I know this was like the main. This is like the main poster. So like I don't love this poster. Like I like the other one better for some reason. I got nothing against this one. But like for some reason I like like if you're just going bare bones release, I think the 4K cover artwork is better than just the regular Blu-ray cover. But I mean, what do you guys think?
I agree.
Yeah, I mean they look way cooler in the other one.
Right? Okay. Glad I'm not the only one.
Dude, the only thing, and this is just like more of a nitpick towards the movie in general, I kind of lean towards this one in terms of what everyone's wearing as opposed to the other one. I do, like, don't get me wrong, I freaking love the Guardian suits, but I'm a little peeved that Gamora didn't get to wear one.
Fair enough. That's fair. Honestly, I'm kind of mad that like in this one, like I get why, because we don't, spoiler alert, see him wear it until the end, but I'm kind of like disappointed that they don't have Kraglin wearing one.
I feel that one's a little bit more understandable than Gamora, but
I
I mean,
disagree.
both of them are understandable. It's just like it. We've seen like the Guardians, like including Gamora, and so not seeing her get to wear a Guardian's outfit.
Yeah. Same thing
Just
with
kind of like,
Cosmo.
oh,
Sorry,
Yeah.
spoiler alert. Same thing with Cosmo. Why couldn't they have put Cosmo in her Guardian's outfit?
What about Groot?
well, Groot doesn't wear one.
It was a joke.
Oh.
I had to think for a minute. I'm like, wait. Oh wait, no, yeah, no, he didn't.
I thought I did. It was like as soon as like the statement was coming out of my mouth, I'm like, ah, she was kidding.
And how dare you correct me?
Oh man.
Oh shit. Let's see. Next up, sorry, this one I could not find a good image for this one. Like for some reason, Blu-ray.com just did not post a good version of this, which really shocked me because Blu-ray.com is usually amazing at posting pictures of this. So I had to get this off like Disney Movie Club's site, and yeah, it's not great. So
I mean, you can zoom in on it, can't you?
I don't know if it's gonna look that good. Yeah, see,
I mean,
it
that's
doesn't
fine.
look great. Okay. I mean, anyway, this was like the teaser poster for Guardians 3. So this is going to be a Disney Movie Club exclusive. Nothing like different. Like you don't get any like new like special features or anything. It's just, different slipcover than the regular Blu-ray. Well, actually, wait, no, this one is different because this one actually includes a DVD. The regular Blu-ray, I don't think does. Yeah, it doesn't. Okay. So I guess if you're going for Disney Movie Club, you get a DVD with your Blu-ray version. So I guess that's nice. But who collects DVDs anymore? I'm gonna feel like
You?
I don't collect DVDs. I collect 4Ks and Blu-rays. There's a difference.
Not much of
If
one.
you, I swear, if you say they are the exact same thing, I'm going to kick your ass. I'm gonna fly to Georgia and kick your ass.
That's hilarious.
Gee, so aggressive.
Oh, I'm sorry. Blu-ray is 10 times the picture of DVD. 4K is a little step up from Blu-ray, but Blu-ray is the definitive format. So, suck it, Caleb.
The other day we were cleaning out a closet and we found a box of VHS tapes of our like favorite movies. And we're like, should we get rid of these? Yeah, because we don't have a VCR. But did we? No. They're our favorite movies.
No, I don't blame you guys.
Like what? Which movies?
I think we have like some Star Wars. Like I have some romantic films. I don't know, like Pretty Woman, Far and Away. Like I don't know, random ones. I don't want to go through a list of movies that you guys are like, huh?
I've actually seen both of those. So
Really? Okay, I'm impressed.
I mean, I'm not sure. Evil Dead.
I think we might have had that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, DJ's talking.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't have the chat open. Scarface. Now he's coming with the tough guy stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure if you've ever heard me say it, but I am the type of person that will watch rom-coms or just romantic movies when I'm feeling sick.
Yeah.
And so yeah, like all of those movies are on my watch list.
Have you ever seen Down with Love? It's a Ewan
I
McGregor
don't.
movie. Renee Zellweger. I think it's a musical too.
Oh, I'm so in.
I don't know if I've seen that one.
It's pretty good.
I gotta add that. What's it called again? I gotta add that.
Down with Love.
Down with Love.
I freaking love Ewan McGregor.
Yeah.
But yeah, any recommendation I get, like it's usually when I'm sick that I'll knock those out, but I have like a list right now like somewhere on my computer, but
Yeah.
getting added to the list.
Yeah. I mean, like everyone has their movies that they go to. Like I have my like depression movies. Like I don't know why, but I always like to watch Legends of the Fall. like it's a sad war movie, like about like 3 brothers that fall in love with the same girl. Like, and it doesn't work out for her at all. And I'm like, oh, so sad.
I mean, when I'm in a depressed mood, my go-to is any of like the Halloween movies. So that's probably psychotic. That to get into a better mood, I'll just watch Michael Myers kill people.
I mean, I
That's
actually did
that-
that.
It's like
That's how I get into a better mood.
I think for you, it's just the horror movies are like kind of comforting for you in some weird
I mean,
way.
you're not wrong.
But
Yeah, it is a
I
weird
mean, I
way.
get it. I mean, my wife, she has the same deal. Like her go to, like, I wouldn't say it's her depression movie, but her comfort movie is like Memoirs of a Geisha.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which
Okay.
that movie is so good. Like,
I think I've only seen that once, and it was a long time ago.
yeah, it is so sad, but it's good. It's really good.
I'll have to watch it again. Speaking of like horror movies, have you guys seen the movie Fresh on Hulu? It has
I have not.
I think you would like it, Rose. It has the guy that plays the Winter
Matt
Soldier.
Post. Oh, Sebastian Stan?
Yeah.
Is it a new
Oh,
one?
I mean, it might be like a year or two old.
You said it's called Fresh?
Yep. Me and TJ just watched it this weekend.
Yeah, add it to the list. Thank you. You got some movies for the weekend. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, we all got some movies.
Oh, you're late.
Yep. Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay, DJ. It's
But
okay.
thanks.
we got it.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, cool.
But like speaking of horror again, I don't think it's that weird that you watch horror movies to like bring up your mood, because if I can't sleep, I'll turn on like Dateline and listen to like murder stories out like a light.
That's awesome. I love that. That's
I feel like
fantastic.
that's a lot of go to. Like, I mean, there's a whole joke about it. It's like, yeah, women will listen to like Dateline
Right.
episodes to fall asleep, and it's about like horrendous things that happen.
Yeah, and I do not have bad dreams. I'm just like, oh, Keith Morrison.
That's amazing.
Good
That's
night.
awesome.
So were there any other like releases, or was that the last?
Oh, there is, I think, one more. Yeah. The Walmart exclusive. Which
Ooh, I like that one too.
Me too.
right. I'm like freaking triple dipping on this thing. I hate it, but I love it at the same time. So you get this awesome cover art, and then you also get a Guardians pin. So
I
Dude,
think
those
I'm-
pins are sick.
Yeah.
they are.
I was just gonna say I think I might like that one the best because it has kind of like a Van Gogh like art scheme.
It does. Yeah, you got a point there.
I always like the cover arts from these that have like a more artistic vibe about them. Like that's why I like the one that like Rose pre-ordered. And then yeah, this one is awesome too.
Yeah.
Like like don't get me like the other ones are cool. Like don't get me wrong, but I think just like adding that artistic vibe to it just makes some things like way better. Like
No, I
I like
absolutely agree.
I like the plainness, but if I'm taking like plain over like this super artistic view, then I'm gonna take that. So
Fair.
that's freaking awesome.
Yeah, anyway, that is it for June. Ah, damn it. Sorry. No, Alexander. Sorry.
Is that a cat?
Yeah, that's my cat. Sorry.
Does that have a short tail?
Yeah. Well, no, I don't think so.
Oh, it just looked like it did. Maybe it was
Oh, it
tucked in
did?
when it went by.
Yeah, maybe. Damn, he really freaking got me with his back claw. Anyway, moving on.
Sorry, I'm
so
easily distracted by
no,
cats.
you're good.
I'm like, ooh.
Did he just hit himself? Are you okay, bud? Sorry. Yeah, anyway, do not hop. God damn it, Alexander. Sorry. I'm not
He
trying
wants
to be a
on the
dick.
show.
I promise I'm not trying to be a dick to my cat. I promise. I love my cat very much. Anyway, moving on. from 4K Spotlight. What do you say we got? Since we got nothing for Through the Wall, what do you say we get onto our headliner of the evening?
Say, let's do it.
All right, so like I said, this week our headliner of the evening is our breakdown of Barbie. But before we get to that, we asked a question on our social media, so Instagram, TikTok. Did I just say TikTok?
Yep, you sure did.
Damn it, TikTok. And so I can't remember, Caleb. Do we pick our 5 favorite answers or? I'm
Yeah,
always
pretty
so bad at
much.
this. Okay.
And I guess we really haven't had like some major responses with the guest before. So
Oh,
Yeah, that's true. Sorry.
you could just react to them, I guess.
okay.
Don't
Because
feel left
there
out,
are some
please.
good ones. There are definitely some good ones. So you want to go first?
I would love to. I got to start out with my number one. Shout out to one of my employees, Michael, for favorite comment ever. Well, sorry, should read the question first. We asked, what kind of Barbie or Ken would you be? Sorry. So that's the question. And his answer, he was the only one that did on Instagram. And he said the John Wayne Gacy Ken doll.
Oh. Does it come with like a clown mask or?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Comes with a prison jumpsuit. You can dress it up in the.
Is this? Wait a
Comes
minute.
with the tourniquet knot, everything.
Are you this guy's supervisor?
Wait, what?
Is he your like employee?
Yeah, he
Is he
is.
trying to impress you?
I don't know. I told him if he actually posted that, I would read his off as my number one. So
Put this in his permanent file.
oh man.
Dude, you just said dead kids sold separately.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Oh.
Yeah, that was a damn good answer. I thought
All right.
I was hoping that Rose didn't know who the person was, and they just like we got some random because I went to the profile just to like see, and it looked like just some random kid. I'm like, yes, like I was kind of happy because I knew Rose would freaking get a kick out of it, so I kind of got bummed when he turns out it was someone he knew.
Sorry.
I mean, it still counts.
Yeah, still a great comment.
Yeah. All right, my first one is from YouTube, and this is a Cookie Kitty 8291 who said a techie Barbie.
Okay.
Okay.
So like a hacker, maybe.
Yeah.
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 I mean,
I mean, is it
like
TV
the-
script Barbie all over again though?
I don't know.
No,
I
with,
have
like, a
I have
camera.
some
Yeah.
I have some funnier ones, but
Are they inappropriate or like
no,
what?
no, they're not inappropriate. I mean, I don't think we got any inappropriate ones. Nah, we're good. So anyway, yeah, that's my my first pick.
Yeah.
So Rose.
Number 2 from TikTok, I would give to Stacy Nelson 93. She said a Barbie for Sam Nelson because there is a Barbie named Stacy and they even spelt it correctly. Sam is Stacy's wife. Or sorry, Sam is Stacy's husband. Wow. Okay. I don't know words. So yeah, that's actually a really sweet comment, and I had no idea that they made a Barbie named Stacy. That's really cool.
Yeah. So to answer your question,
Sorry, as you can see, I've struggled this episode, Sammy. I just want to point that out.
yeah. So for those of you that don't know, Sam is our easily like our number one like hype person.
It's true. Love him for it.
Yeah. Like he's gotten like our shirts and stuff and like wears them like all the time. Like he has one that's like super raggedy.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
but
he's like a
but-
diehard.
yeah.
He is, honestly. It's awesome. I love it.
That is
Yeah,
awesome.
we used to hang out with we hung out with his daughters in high school a lot. And so like we he just kind of like I don't know how to explain him.
So he's like older than you guys. Like,
Yeah, he's these people that are commenting, he's their dad.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
okay.
So, he is Sammy and Sierra's dad.
Yep. We've actually had them on before, when we talked about 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh yeah.
Wait, was that
Well-
Sammy and Sierra, or was that just Sammy? That was Sammy
no,
and someone
that was
else.
just No, that was just Sammy. They were on the episode when we did Surfs Up.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they know.
Yep, they do. It's like, oh, they remembered.
Yeah, that's always one I forget that we had guests on because I didn't put like a tag or anything because usually I put like whose podcast they were part of, but couldn't
Oh,
for
that's
that
fair.
one.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Sammy, Sierra, you guys should start a podcast together. There you go.
that'd be
is our-
cool.
This is our push.
Anyway, yeah. So my next response is also from YouTube. It's from a Vinny Venom who said, "Well, I mean, according to the movie, me being a Ken doll means I have no rights or purpose other than to serve Barbie."
Damn.
And I responded to that. Can I help you? Okay. Hey. Shh. Yeah. So anyway, I responded to that and was just saying, like, I mean, that in this grand scheme of things, that doesn't sound super bad. Like, I mean, even watching the movie, Kens have a decent life.
I agree. Get to go to Barbie's dream house for a dance party every night? Sign me up.
Oh yeah.
I am
And then
so
you just
in.
hang around.
Yeah,
Mm.
I'm so in.
All right, what's your next one,
Uh,
Rose?
What was it? Coming from Frowny B on TikTok. I'm like, wow, okay. A non-binary autistic ADHD doll. Wow. Okay.
That's pretty specific.
That
That
is
is a-
very specific. Like, damn.
Yeah, that is a super specific
Yeah.
Barbie.
Wow.
Oh. All right, my next one. I don't know how to pronounce this one. It's like in Russian letters. I'm just going to kind of take a guess, maybe Morel or Mariel, whatever. She said weird Barbie.
Yeah.
Which was easily
Which
one of
was-
my favorite characters.
Oh yeah. You
So I
couldn't have picked
loved
anyone
her.
better than Kate McKinnon for her.
For sure.
Dude,
Perfect casting.
that was incredible. Like I couldn't even like think off of the top of my head anyone that could have done a role like that.
Right?
Right.
Seriously.
Yeah, she was pretty perfect.
Yeah. So yeah, that's my other pick. Weird Barbie. What's that?
Love it.
3 now. So we're on our fourth.
Yes, yeah. So we're on our fourth. This one's coming from TikTok as well. Coming from the Untrained Eye. I'm
Oh,
going to assume that this was TJ. Maybe it was you, Beth. I don't
I
know.
mean, read it then.
I'd be an Allen, top tier fighter, and existential before it was cool.
That definitely wasn't me.
Nah.
I was trying to think of how to answer that question. I'm like, what Barbie would I be? And it was really hard. And I'm like, I don't know, biracial Barbie, like title clerk Barbie. I don't know. Nerd Barbie.
There you go.
Let me just fix my glasses.
Oh, dude, I thought about that one for a long time too. Like trying to think like what I would or what kind of Ken I
Right.
would be, and I was like, I'm pretty sure it'd just be like a carpenter Ken, like one that's I'm pretty sure exists out in the world.
Yeah. At
Probably
least
like
you have a
realistically would
purpose.
look like yeah, would realistically look like Nick Offerman. Like that's what I
I think
imagine a carpenter Ken would look like.
I think I would just be the John Wayne Gacy Ken. Like I think I just have to be honest with myself. Like it's inevitable. And with that, I'm gonna shut up before we get canceled.
Freaking weird.
I don't know what other Ken I would be.
Yeah.
Freaking, is there a horror nerd Ken?
Yeah, that one would be better than the
Okay,
Gacy Ken weirdo.
I'm a weirdo now. How long have you known me?
Barbie and Ken are supposed to be fun. John Wayne Gacy isn't fun.
I mean, it depends on how you look at it.
Hey, I was gonna say I have a shirt that says "My favorite serial killer knew how to party."
Oh, jeez.
I'm just saying.
Anyway. All right. So my last one is from Nikki Cage Edits, who just said "Dead Ken."
Damn.
My response to that was just like concerning, but okay. I don't know why that like made me laugh so hard. Like a lot of these made me laugh like really hard. Like the non-binary autistic ADHD doll made me laugh. Freaking DJs made me laugh too. Like especially after like I went to go see because I read his answer before I went to see the movie, and then his I was like, what the hell? And then like I got the joke after I saw
That's funny.
after I saw the movie. But yeah. So what's your last one, Rose?
Honestly, I'd probably have to match you with the Nikki Cage edits Dead Ken. Yeah.
Dead Ken.
Yeah, just that's just out there. So
Yeah. It is funny. It's super funny.
So that's it for our questions of the week. Not questions of the week, answers to question of the week. So thank you everybody who answered. We really appreciate it. Caleb, do you want to let people know how we break down movies on this podcast?
I would love to. If you are new to our breakdown system, we have split movies into 8 different categories that we individually score to come to a final Allbros and Untrained Eye letter grade. The 8 categories that we score are story, writing, acting, character development, effects, music, costumes, and then we give it our own personal score at the very end. All of those numbers get magically added up and spit through our algorithm and give us a letter grade to compare this to movies of a similar grade, as well as a ranking that isn't quite as important, but is still fun to see. I mean, We say that the ranking isn't important, but I mean, we do make a big deal out of it.
So let's just admit it is.
It kind of is.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's more for fun than anything else. Like what really matters is the letter grade. So with that, if you have not seen Barbie, highly recommend you go check it out before you listen to this.
Seriously.
But Rose is about to spoil the entire movie for you in our favorite segment that we like to call Reading with Rose, with 2 E's.
Yay.
Is that on purpose?
Yes.
Okay.
I thought it'd be funny to misspell reading, and like
Mhm.
I couldn't quite figure out how to put like other spelling errors.
That's funny. It looks so fancy.
Yeah, it's so we designed like the Reading with Rose shirt, and that's the font I used, and I was just like, whatever, I guess it's a fancy wording now.
Nice.
Yeah, so without further ado, Rose, if you'd like to read off that synopsis.
I would love to. Stereotypical Barbie, and a wide range of fellow Barbies all reside in Barbieland, a matriarchal. I hope I pronounced that right. I probably didn't. Society where all women are self-confident, self-sufficient, and successful. While their Ken counterparts spend their days engaging in recreational activities at the beach, the Barbies hold all important job positions such as doctors, lawyers, and politicians. Beach Ken is only happy when he is with Barbie and seeks a closer relationship, but Barbie rebuffs him in favor of independence and female friendships. During a dance party, Barbie is suddenly stricken with worries about mortality. The next day, she finds she can no longer complete her usual routine and discovers her feet have gone flat and she has cellulite. Weird Barbie, a wise but disfigured outcast, tells her that to cure her affliction, she must travel into the real world and find the child playing with her. On her way to the real world, Barbie finds Ken stowed away in her convertible and reluctantly allows him to join her. Arriving at Venice Beach, the two cause multiple antics and are arrested, alarming the Mattel CEO, who orders their capture. Barbie tracks down her owner, a tween girl named Sasha, who criticizes her for encouraging unrealistic beauty standards. Distraught, Barbie discovers that Gloria, a Mattel employee and Sasha's mother, is the catalyst of her existential crisis. Gloria began playing with Sasha's Barbie toys while experiencing her own identity crisis, inadvertently transferring her concerns to Barbie. Gloria and Sasha rescue Barbie from Mattel's CEO and his subordinates, and the three travel together to Barbieland. Meanwhile, Ken learns about the patriarchal system and feels respected and accepted for the first time. Returning to Barbieland, he persuades the other Kens into taking over, and the Barbies are subjugated into submissive roles such as maids, housewives, and agreeable girlfriends. Barbie arrives and tries to convince Ken and the Barbies to return to the way things were, only to be rebuffed. She becomes depressed, but Gloria gives her an inspirational speech about what it means to be a woman. With the encouragement of Sasha, Gloria, Weird Barbie, Alan, and other discontinued dolls, the Barbies free themselves from the Kens and manipulate them to fight amongst themselves, allowing the Barbies to regain their positions of power and prevent the Kens from alerting the Constitution to enshrine male superiority. The Barbies also realize the error of their previous societal system and decide to make some changes in Barbieland, including equalized treatment for the Kens and all outcast dolls. Barbie and Ken apologize to each other and acknowledge their failings. Ken bemoans that he has no identity. Ken bemoans that he has no identity or purpose without Barbie, to which Barbie encourages him to find an autonomous identity. Barbie, who remains unsure of her own purpose and identity, meets with the spirit of Mattel co-founder and Barbie inventor Ruth Handler, who explains that Barbie's story has no set ending and her ever-evolving history surpasses that of her roots. Barbie decides to become human and return to the real world. Sometime later, Gloria, her husband, and Sasha take Barbie, now going by the name Barbara Handler, to her gynecologist appointment.
I don't know about you guys. That was easily my favorite joke of the movie.
The last one. Like, so now she's anatomically correct.
Don't get me wrong, that was a good joke. I still think my favorite one that I just laughed when they're like doing like the introductions at the beach, and they go, "Oh, and there's Alan. There's only one Alan," and he's just like, "Yeah, I'm still kind of confused about that." It's probably just because I love Michael Cera so much, so his line delivery was just so great there. But yeah, that was my favorite joke.
Yeah, he's always really awkward. He's like,
He is. I was like, he was I don't know anything about like this. Like when this trailer or when this movie was announced and like Alan was said to be in it, I had no idea that that was actually a doll that was created for the Barbie line, and that he was Ken's best friend. I had no idea that was the thing. So, I mean, it was
I didn't
cool to
know
find
that
out.
either.
Yeah, it was cool to find out, but yeah, that took me by surprise.
Dude,
Right.
this movie acted like a freaking history lesson on like Mattel's history with Barbie.
Dude, it did,
Right.
but it did so well. It was so great.
Like I loved how they like when the like executives got to Barbie Land and they were kind of going through and they're just like, "Oh, hey Midge, like I thought we discontinued
Right.
you." Which have you seen? Like someone was like, I watched a video about Midge, and like they showed like what all that looked like. Have you seen that stuff?
No, like the
Oh my
pregnant
gosh!
doll. That's who we're
Yeah,
talking about. Okay.
yeah. So it was the like
Curious.
yeah. So Midge, she was a Barbie but pregnant, but she had like an attachable pregnant belly.
Oh, so she
But
could like have the baby, or
yeah, so you could like take you could take her like the pregnancy stomach away and you could store the baby inside the belly.
okay. So then you could have like a dirty dancing like play date, and you're like, oh no, she's knocked up.
Yeah, that's mainly why cuz they felt like it was promoting teen pregnancy.
Right.
So
You're like, oh,
like
this is
they're like
normal.
they're like, "Oh, nope, never mind.
You
Kids
know,
can't
But
play with pregnant dolls."
yeah, they
I
can only play with the
honestly
babies.
so I found one on eBay from 2002. I honestly thought it'd be going for more than that. It's going for, I don't know if this will show up, but it's going for like $132 right now on eBay.
Jeez.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
that's
thought
still
it'd be
pretty
more.
decent.
Yeah, I mean, I cut her head off, but yeah, there's a good picture of her box. I expected it to going for like 500 or 600, considering that they discontinued her. That I thought it'd be going for a lot more.
Right. Yeah, especially with the movie.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh my gosh, Sammy and Sierra had that doll.
that's nuts.
That's great.
That's wild.
I mean, I don't
Um,
understand why that would encourage teen pregnancy when just playing with regular, like you can play with the result, but you can't play with the process. Like,
Exactly.
why should you be playing with baby dolls but not the mom?
so- Wait, like the real Barbara?
No, 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 no. I'm saying, like,
Or
why couldn't you play with a baby, like a doll that's pregnant, but like they encourage little girls to play with baby dolls?
yeah,
So,
it's
like, you can play with the product of a pregnancy, but not a doll that's pregnant.
yeah. Mattel's weird. Like I think like what this movie showed is that it had weird issues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, now I don't know if you caught that that comment from Sierra. She was saying that the old lady that Barbie was talking to on the bench, that was like the real Barbara.
The old lady that she told her she was beautiful.
Yeah. That was
Oh,
like
okay.
actually that was the real Barbara Handler.
I thought she was
That's
dead.
awesome. I thought so too.
Yeah. Like
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Ruth was the inventor.
Oh,
So
so
that was
Barbara's the little girl she was
yeah.
named after. Okay,
Yeah.
let's put this all
Oh,
together slowly.
okay. Took us a minute, but it's okay.
Okay, yeah.
That's hilarious. I thought she was dead.
I mean, I still did.
Oh shit!
I mean, that's awesome though that they got her to
Yeah,
be
that
in
is
the
really
Yeah.
cool.
yeah.
Damn, that's awesome.
Gosh, I think the marketing like with this movie did such a good job with not really giving you really any real clear thought about where this was going. Like you just knew that there was something like going on with like the stereotypical Barbie where she had to travel into the real world to fix like something. Like the trailers did so good at keeping this like kind of under wraps.
Yeah.
They did.
And
I
I
mean,
mean, I love this story. Like I thought it was super good.
yeah, I thought it was
Um,
surprising. I wasn't expecting it to be as entertaining. Like I thought it was going to be more like silly, but not in a way that I was going to be like, "Oh, let me sit here for an hour and a half."
um, did you growing up like have a history with Barbie?
Yeah, I had a few dolls. I wasn't like obsessed with it or anything. I didn't have any of the dream houses or Corvettes or anything like that. Um, but yeah, I played with my fair share of Barbies. And I'm sure I had one of the ones where the hair was cut. I don't know why there's always one that's like weird Barbie.
Dude, even my baby
Uh,
cousins, they had a Barbie that was like all jacked up.
Yeah. I don't know why you're like, "Oh, I gotta cut this hair off. I gotta fix it." And then put her in a split. Yeah.
Uh, um, yeah, like I've always like my baby cousins, they didn't really play with Barbies too much. I mean, they had a ton of them, but like when I never really got to see them like play or interact with Barbie. So I've always wondered like what their personal views on Barbie have been, like whether it was what Barbie was meant to be, whether it was like a super like progressive or whatever character or like empowering character, or if it was like what's her face was saying and just like demeaning towards
Right.
like setting unrealistic standards or whatever that
Yeah. I
whole
mean,
like mindset is.
like I would say that I picked that up more from Barbie's unrealistic standards because like you can't really look like that with a regular human body. But like that's like what they're painting you to model yourself after. You're like, "Oh, if you're the perfect woman, then you are like have a super slim waist and like big boobs and you always wear heels." So,
Mm.
yeah. But like that crush my self ego? No, because I wasn't like, "Oh, I'm not a Barbie type anyway."
Right. That that's interesting. I really liked the inclusion of different like the diversity of the different Barbies in this universe. Like
Yeah.
it made it. I mean, obviously, like none of those look like them that look like actual Barbies, but it just I like the inclusion. Just so it just kind of like messed with like the expectation. It wasn't all like super skinny models. It was like a wide variety of
Right.
of
There was even a
people.
chunky one. And wasn't there one in a wheelchair that was like in a
Yeah,
dance
that one was
scene?
Yeah,
super
there
cool.
was. Yeah.
Yeah.
That girl knew how to dance. Like, wow. That was
Right.
amazing. That whole dance, God, that whole dance sequence. God, I could not get enough of that. Like, I just wanted to watch that on repeat, just because, like, even the back, like, people that were just dancing on the, like, in the houses, like, I hope they got paid well, because they were just freaking,
Killing it.
yeah, they really were. Just, God, I cannot wait to talk about freaking like costumes and everything. But sorry, I just got to bring up how much I freaking loved that sequence so much. Like, I wish I could dance the way that all of those
Yeah.
actors do.
It looked like a lot of
Amazing.
fun. And like
It
I was
did.
excited about that too because like Ryan Gosling, like he was in La La Land and he was in the Mickey Mouse Club. But beyond that, do you usually see him singing and dancing? Not usually, I wouldn't say.
Mm-mm.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's a good
And
point.
then
He's usually in a
also,
lot more serious roles or like the romantic dramatic roles. Like
right,
he doesn't do nearly as much comedy as he should. Like I know the only other comedy that I've seen him in was like The Nice Guys. And he
I
did
never
like
saw that.
it's inappropriate as all hell, but it's really funny.
That doesn't scare me. Yeah, I'll definitely check it out. But yeah, I mean, he usually plays like weird or like dark, um, but not usually like dancing. And I love when actors are not afraid to dance or sing. And also Shang-Chi, like what's that guy's real name?
Oh, Simu
S-
Liu.
Yeah, like I wasn't
Yeah.
expecting him to be part of a dance sequence or but he killed it too.
Dude,
Like I'm obsessed with that like Ken dance scene at the end when they're all wearing like black shirts.
that was
oh my
so
gosh,
great.
that
Yeah,
was fantastic.
So great.
I wasn't expecting that either. And I told DJ after we saw that, I was like, that was my favorite part.
Oh my god. I loved when that whole thing was over and they're like, "Hey, weren't we supposed to vote today?"
Right.
And they're like, "Oh, crap." I I want to get oh my gosh, yeah. I want to get a shirt with that saying on it. I'm Knuff.
Dude, people are already selling it.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh, that's
yeah.
Yeah, you
great.
can already get it.
Dude, that I freaking loved Ken. Like he was so freaking funny and like I loved when he like him and Barbie finally had that like heart to heart at the end and he's just like apologizing for bringing the patriarchy to Barbie Land and he's just
Right.
I really like I lost interest as soon as I realized how little horses were part of this.
Yes, I love that.
Oh gosh. Like this was it was so good. Like I feel like the messaging in this, like it's obviously supposed to be like female empowerment, and I feel like that they could have gone real heavy handed with it, but I think they handled it in like a good way that made it fun and not like super like in your face. Like this I know a bunch of people are complaining online that this is like a big old political statement. I'm like, I don't like kinda, but it's more fun than anything.
Right. Well, yeah, people are saying it's too woke, but like because you're pointing out the patriarchy, it exists.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So why can't we make fun of it and do a dance number?
like,
Yeah.
I don't know. We can't point out the turmoil, everything that women have gone through to get to where they are now. Like, seriously, can't have a scene about that, and but then, like, after that scene, have a comedic bit. Like, seriously, what's wrong with that?
Right.
Like,
I almost thought you were gonna do the speech that America Fiera, is that her name? What's her name?
America Ferrera.
Ferrera.
You're
Ferrera.
close.
I'm trying my best.
I should have.
But I thought you were gonna do the monologue about how women like they're expected to do
Ugh.
this, but they can't do this. The one that like wakes the Barbies up from being like controlled by the Kens.
Oh my gosh. Dude, that was
That was great. I I feel a huge credit has to be given to Greta Gerwig because I feel when it comes to even I considering that she wanted to showcase how far women have come, how far unfortunately they still have with just everything that they've gone through, but also still keeping it comedic and still feeling like the way that she wanted it to. I feel that no one else could have done this kind of movie than her. The only other movie I've seen of hers is Little Women, and I absolutely loved her version of that. And I really need to still see Lady Bird. But just yeah, I feel a huge credit just has to be given to her because like nobody else could have made this movie except for her. Absolutely killed it with not only the point that she wanted to get across, but just the storytelling in general.
Yeah.
I agree. I haven't seen either of those movies, but I thought she did a pretty good job because like she could have like gone down these uh rabbit holes of how like hypocritical Barbie could be, but instead she chose to highlight good and bad things. So
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah. It was super well done. Like made it fun. Like I feel like a lot of these movies, like they can go like the example I'm thinking of is like maybe Charlie's Angels, where they kind of went anti-men in on the feminist scale, and here
Okay.
it was just like a perfect middle where yeah, it's pointing out all the bullshit, but still like in a fun way,
Right.
and like something that's a little easier to swallow.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean
um,
they put like a comedic spin on it, like Ken going to the real world and then like it being a complete like men rule mostly everything. So, and that's
yeah,
real because it is real.
and I love like
For sure.
the and this is more going into like writing, but I love like the back and forth between Barbie and Ken when they initially get to the real world and they're just and he's like feeling super like, oh my gosh, like I feel good, like people are noticing me and all
Right.
this, and then Barbie's just like, I feel like I'm in danger.
Right.
And like what everything that like Ken is super like pumped about, Barbie's like getting nervous, and I love that she doesn't have like the words to explain what what she's feeling. Like it just kind of like has that back alley way of describing what she's feeling, and then like that one mom that they're like, that's anxiety. Like
Oh, so great.
yeah,
Well, how funny is it that he felt respected because someone asked him for the time because nobody like asked him for anything. He's just standing there waiting for Barbie to say hi to him usually.
yeah, just bringing like with his introduction, they're just like, Ken only has a good day when Barbie notices him.
I do have a question for you too. When was the last time someone actually asked you for the time of day? Like, can you remember at all when someone has
I
ever asked you what time it is?
I mean, not a stranger. Like DJ asked me earlier today, but
Oh, he
nobody
did. Okay.
walked up to me and was like, "Oh, do you have the time?" Because people have it on their phones.
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, I can't think of the
Maybe I should
last
have thought
time.
of a better question because I did. I'm not used to even like friends or family members asking me what time it is.
I'm always the asshole that's like, check your phone.
Right.
Of course you would be.
Well, yeah, because that's what you'll have to do. You're like, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, like thanks for trying to inconvenience my day.
Right. Don't make
Well, you
me
know,
look at something.
Caleb, not everybody has smartphones. Okay.
I
Right.
know, but usually the people that like have asked me have those freaking smartwatches. They're just like they're usually dead.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
I'm
So
just
apparently
waiting
your
for.
your guys' nephews are always asking the time.
Right. Um, but like we don't have like a digital clock in the common area, and I don't know how good they are at telling time on one of the like I don't even know what those clocks are called. Like old timey clocks with
I feel like they're
I don't know.
I feel like they'd be called analog clocks, but
maybe.
Sure, let's go with that.
I have like I know I freaking idea. But but yeah, I mean I can still read the time on those pretty well. Like that was something I was
Yeah.
taught in like grade school, but I mean now it's because it was more common to see those around. Now we got digital clocks or we got our smartphones and
Right.
like so it's just kind of become an obsolete thing to
Yeah.
to
I
need.
mean, like I remember having a watch that didn't have the in between number, so you just had to like guesstimate like what minute it was on. And now they're like, I don't know, what time is it?
I have a watch. I don't know why I have a watch. I never wear a watch, but I have one that has like the normal like hands, but
Mhm.
behind everything it has like the digital time too.
Okay.
So it's just
Interesting.
yeah, I'm like it kind of seems a little redundant, but all right.
Yeah, seriously.
Right. Like, does it tick or is it just for show?
Yeah, it ticks. It's like
That's
I
funny.
think I have it.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
you guys are right there. Fancy.
Okay.
Yeah, and then it
I
has like
can see.
the time under there.
So
So
you
it's
could
like
go either way with it.
yeah. But anyway.
One thing I love about like Ken is how he's always annoyed with the other Ken Simu.
Yes.
And like whenever Simu is like dancing with Barbie in the party or whatever, and then Ken is like and he like goes in and he's like making a face.
I love that when Barbie like walks off to go do something else that Ken like both all of them are just like still like doing the choreographed dancing
Right.
like while they're giving each other like dirty looks. Like found that so funny.
Yeah.
Like
But
but
it
yeah, they're
seems like the Ryan Gosling Ken, like he seems like he's the only one that's like super aggravated all the time. And like Simu is just like whatever. He's like doing his
Yeah.
own thing. He's not like he's vying for Barbie's attention, but he's not like upset when he doesn't get it. But the other Ken is like mad that he's trying.
yeah. Dude, I found like I it's funny like seeing like with the interaction between the Kens because it's like I understand that rivalry. Like I remember in high school or like even junior high being like super into this one girl who would not give me the time of day, and then I would get like this dude who's like the nicest person in the world when I like think about it. He was just kind of going about his business and she always seemed to give him like a ton of attention and I just like hate him.
Right. But he
Just like
probably wasn't into her either. And that's why she's like,
yeah,
I need to
that's
get his attention.
yeah, like that was exactly it. It wasn't even like a freaking love triangle. It was like just a zigzag.
Everyone's paying it
Like
forward.
yeah, like I'm paying attention to her, she's paying attention to him, he's off in his own world. but I had like this hatred towards him, just like gosh, like forget you, man.
Right.
Like even like when I'd have to like interact with him in other classes, I'd just be like super bitter. Like like I
Damn.
that's why I love that like interaction between the Kens so much because I'm like I get it. I
Right.
mean, I don't understand what the hell that is, but I understand what's happening. Oh, Anyway, what'd you guys think of of the story just overall? Like getting into actually grading it now.
Well, you guys go first.
Rose?
I don't know. Overall, I thought it was a great story. If I couldn't have thought of a better way to tell a Barbie movie story, like I could never do anything as good as this. Freaking, this was absolutely fantastic. So, God, I think I'm gonna go a 96.
Damn.
Dude, I loved the story in this movie.
Ooh, I don't know if I'm quite that high. I'm definitely within the 90s for sure. I thought it was really well done. I was expecting kind of some slow parts occasionally when they were trying to get into the more emotional moments, but I found myself just as compelled with those moments as I was the comedic parts. So I was really happy with the pacing, and then everything I brought up about just the overall message. I feel like they could have gone really down a dark rabbit hole, but they didn't. They kept it realistic, but added enough humor into it to make it an easier pill to swallow.
Right.
Oh yeah, our society sucks. And then yeah, I thought everything that they pulled with Ken going into the real world and bringing the patriarchy, all of that stuff, it felt like a very natural progression for this story. Nothing felt like it was forced to go where it was going. It like just a good flow, I would say, and not one where it's just here's a hard right turn. Even though they did have moments like that, with the whole transition between there was stuff they definitely glazed over, the whole traveling from Barbie Land to the real world. There's definitely stuff that are oh yeah, we don't know how it happens. You just go from here to here to here and here, and then you do it backwards when you go back. Doesn't make a lick of sense, but all right. It's just the little details like that. It just kind of, I felt, added to the story overall. I enjoyed the hell out of that stuff. So I'm probably sitting around a 92.
Okay. Rating this is the hardest. These things are the hardest part for me. I don't want to rate it too high or too low, but I would say probably, a 95. I'm gonna go high. I thought the story was really good. I don't think that the whole time I wasn't bored. I didn't see where it was going. It wasn't a super obvious story it looked like it might be from the preview. So I thought that was really good. I thought that they did a good job showing both sides of matriarchy and patriarchy, and then also combining it at the end, and also not leaving Ken behind, even though he seemed like he went off the rails a bit. They brought him back in. So yeah, I mean, I feel like it was a good, I wouldn't say totally empowering film for women, but I don't think it was a non-empowering film. I don't know how to say that or explain that, because I feel like they did have a lot of women Barbies that were smart and in like high places like Supreme Court Barbie or the president. And I think all those things are good to be able to imagine as a little girl being. And so I don't know. I don't know how to wrap it up. I I think it's good how they just were able to take back Barbie Land and just make it a good place to be for everybody, not just them.
Right.
So
Yeah, I agree.
Do you feel like it's difficult for like at least when it comes to like Barbie, like yeah, you have like astronaut Barbie and all this stuff that it's difficult for them to it's maybe like the empowerment thing, like it's like, oh great, like yeah, women can be all these things, but it's just like there's an unrealistic expectation of how easy that might be. Is kind of like what pulls like the empowerment thing down, or
yeah, for
I
sure.
don't know how to explain that.
Um, I don't know how to explain that either. But I would say yes. Just even thinking about the speech that America gave, like all those things are things that, like, you always have to be this, but not that. But like, you have to be on point at all times in your day, or else you're just angry, or maybe you need a lobotomy because you're being disagreeable. Like, uh, it's just, I don't know. Like, I don't know how to talk about this Barbie movie without going down a dark rabbit hole of how um like just being a woman is hard.
Right.
But I feel like they did a good job of uh bringing that to light, but also doing it in a comedy way.
Yeah, I think those like any movie that has a message, whether it be this movie or just any movie in general, like there's a fine line that you have to walk before you get over preachy.
Right?
And I think like this did as good as it could. I think if they went any further, I think it would have been a little bit more poorly received. Um, but I mean, I haven't met anyone yet that's disliked this movie that have actually seen it. I know plenty that hate this movie just for existing, but I don't. Anyone who's actually seen it, they usually like it,
Right.
and
Because I don't think
so
it has like a Debbie Downer vibe for men or women.
yeah,
Agree. Absolutely agree.
yeah. Like I walked like just comparing this to another like movie that was supposed to be like nothing but like feminism, like Charlie's Angels. Charlie's
Mm.
Angels, I kind of walked away being like, okay, like men were the bad guy in this,
Oh,
but
really?
yeah,
Like
it
in
was like
all of the Charlie's Angels, or just like the
no, just the new one.
I don't.
The
Oh, okay, the one with Kristen Stewart.
yeah,
Yeah.
that one I walked away being like, okay, like this is super heavy handed. The other Charlie's Angels I loved.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just like that new one. I'm just kind of walked away feeling bad about myself.
Oh.
Like, okay, like that was a little much.
Well,
But
I mean, I don't know, because I saw that once, and like now, when I was younger, I used to watch movies repeatedly until like I was like, oh, I can say every line in this movie. But now I basically just watch them and throw them away, and then watch it again by somebody else because there's a lot of recycling ideas in movies. So to uh remember everything, I'm like, I don't have enough uh space on my hard drive. So I saw that movie, but I don't remember like exactly like what you're talking about. Like
right.
we're so the guys were bad guys, but were they like misogynistic, or like
I don't even think that they were like I think that was like a big part, like they're just like super like the bad guys were super anti-women, and
oh,
then
okay.
it just
Too
came off
much?
as a bit much. Yeah,
I see.
just like, okay, now this just kind of feels like nothing but hate. Where if we're trying to, like, I don't know, build each other up, but that's obviously coming from someone that's yeah, I don't know how much that value that statement has coming from me, but
I mean, with the original Charlie's Angels, I think that the first one was the first time I ever saw Sam Rockwell, and he's one of my absolute favorite actors.
oh, I freaking love Sam
I
Rockwell.
forgot he was the villain in that one.
Yeah.
Oof.
Like, he
He
just seems like such a chameleon. Like, he's so good.
he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So back to Barbie.
Yeah, back to Barbie. Getting into the writing. The writing was fantastic.
Yeah.
There were so many, like, good jokes here. Like, I liked, like, how I said, like, my favorite one was, like, the final joke where it was, like, kind of building up to seem like she was going in for a job interview.
Oh, right.
And then I was like, all right, cool. Like, what kind of job does Barbie get in the real world? It was just a gynecologist appointment.
Uh-huh.
Like, I freaking I spit up my drink
That's
with that
hilarious.
joke. I laughed so hard because I was expecting just like a super cheesy ending, but I'm like, all right, like, she got a job, blah blah blah. But and then, like, yeah, just the subversion of my expectations of that scene. Like, I loved it.
Yeah.
I really liked. I liked when Barbie was like, in the, like, kind of coming out of her depressive state and talking about how, like, how ugly she looked because she didn't have all this stuff, and then the narrator was just like, note to filmmakers, Margot Robbie's not the person to cast
Right.
to pull us or to get this message across.
That was
Like,
fantastic.
I loved how meta this movie got. Like, it was like that moment, because I heard, like, Margot Robbie's name, I'm like, what the hell? Then, like, heard the rest of the joke, and it was great. Like, freaking fantastic. All of Ken's stuff was great.
Right. His Mojo Dojo Casa House.
Oh man.
I love that everyone, like, called him out on it. Like, you don't need to say casa and house.
Right.
And he's like, it just flows off the tongue better.
I mean, it is fun to say it.
Yeah, not wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, freaking loved all that. Like, there were not very many jokes that I recalled not landing like how they were supposed to. Like, I thought
Can't
everything
think
was
of
really
one.
well done. Like, even
I-
the
I-
emotional moments, dude. Like,
Dude, yeah.
or what was her name? Sasha? Was that the daughter?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, when Sasha was, like, ripping into Barbie.
But what about
And-
the kid that, like, warned Barbie and then was like, after was like, you never listen.
Oh my!
shit.
I love that kid. That was fantastic.
Oh man.
Oh, yeah, love that scene. Loved, like, just how harsh, like, the
Criticism was.
the criticism of Barbie was. Like, also got, like, they kind of accepted that she was a real Barbie, like, real quick.
Right.
But yeah, I loved all that. I loved what the Will Ferrell's character, like, his whole thing's like, you think I got into this business for the bottom line? Like, I got into this business for dreams. like freaking loved all that stuff. Like it was so good.
Wait, Caleb, going back on what you said about them, like just accepting that she was Barbie like really fast. Doesn't Sasha not like fully realize that it is actually Barbie until she's being taken away by the like Mattel people when her mother picks her up?
I do think it was a harder sell for Sasha.
Okay, so
But
okay, so
yeah,
it's just
her
friends.
mom her mom like jumped on that bandwagon real quick.
True, very true.
Yeah, like it was almost like immediately she's just like, yeah, this crazy chick thinks she's Barbie, and she's like, what? And then like,
You gotta
I was like, yeah, I was like, okay, someone here is crazy.
like, what about at the inn when the mom's like, oh, what about a regular Barbie? And then Will Ferrell's like, that's a terrible idea. And the other guy's like, yeah, that'll make a lot of money.
It's like, let me finish. What I meant was,
gosh, like, dude, this was like super well written. Like, I'm like really impressed with the writing, which Greta Gerwig wrote this along with Noah Baumbach. I want to see what other stuff he's written because he did really well. Oh, accidentally got rid of what I was trying to look at. Oh, he wrote Marriage Story.
Oh, okay.
oh, all right.
That was a great movie.
Yeah.
Oh shit, you're gonna love this. He wrote Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Oh yeah, love him already.
Are you cussing me?
Huh?
Don't they say that like instead
Yeah, they
of
do.
Oh,
cussing, they say cussing?
Don't cuss and point. Yep, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. So great freaking writer there.
Seriously.
So I loved it. Freaking love the writing. I'd put this higher than my story writing personally. Like I think I'm sitting around maybe a 95. What are you guys thinking? Beth?
Okay. I'll agree with that score because I mean, I thought that all the jokes were really well written, and also like just the dialogue in general. Again, like not to keep bringing up that speech, but I thought that was fantastic because like she summarized everything that women go through on a daily. And I don't know, like I feel like it had good ups and downs and in betweens, and yeah, I thought the story was great. The writing of the story, I meant.
Yeah, I really liked how they incorporated like the creator of Barbie. And like when she came into the last scenes or like the last like the closing
Right.
scenes, and like all the executives are sitting there and they're just like, oh yeah, that's Ruth Handler's ghost. She holds a she holds an office on the 17th floor. Like I love what they turned Mattel into. That it was just like just some crazy like magical building.
Right. Well, what about whenever like Barbie didn't know how to drink water?
Oh my gosh.
God. That was amazing.
Whenever she got the tea, I was like, oh no. Like, I was gonna throw the hot tea in her face.
Oh my god.
Dude, I
that's
love like
amazing.
the openings when she was like going through her routine, like how she's just like when she's brushing her teeth and like she smells her breath and then it's like bad breath, and or when she gets into the cold shower when there's nothing
Right.
running. Like I thought that was so, like I
Yeah.
thought that was such a good comedic aspect.
Oh yeah. And her like waffles burnt and her butter doesn't land.
My gosh, so well done. All right, where are you sitting at, Rose?
I think I gotta match you guys. Like nothing against like I love the writing just as much as the story, but I might have loved the story just a little more. So yeah, I'm just gonna match you guys 95.
Definitely fair. All right, getting into acting, we have. I freaking love this, like the IMDb for this. We have Margot Robbie, who played Barbie. Kate McKinnon, who played Barbie.
Oh jeez.
Dua Lipa, who played Barbie.
She was
I
the
get,
mermaid Barbie, I think.
yeah. Um, yeah, like they have all the Barbies. Like it's just
Every
Issa
single one.
Rae. Yeah, every single one. Like not the type of Barbie they played. It was just like Issa Rae Barbie, Alexandra Shipp Barbie, Emma McKay or Mackie Barbie, Sharon Rooney a Barbie.
But what about John Cena as Mermaid Ken?
Oh my gosh. I
Oh, man.
love John Cena.
Have you guys heard this story of how they got him to be in this?
No.
No.
So Barbie was filming in the same area that his I think one of his other movies was filming, and since him and Margot Robbie had worked on Suicide Squad together, they were I think like someone had told Margot Robbie that he was in town shooting this movie. She got in contact with him, and she's like, "Hey, you wanna have a role in Barbie?" And he's just like, "Hell yeah, sign me up." And
Nice.
That is
that's how they got,
awesome.
yeah, that's how they got John Cena to be in this.
That's fantastic. I love
Right?
John Cena.
Oh yeah.
He's amazing.
Have either of you watched Peacemaker?
Like
I
we
watched
watched
half of it.
yeah,
Never
the
finished it.
first few episodes and we did like it, but we just got sidetracked and we never went back.
He does like dramatic role so well. Because
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it's more like a comedy, but I mean, he does the comedic parts so well. Like John Cena is easily one of the best WWE actors, next
Yeah.
to maybe Dave Batista.
Oh right,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think of like another one, but the only other one I can think of is The Rock, and The Rock kind of sucks.
Right.
I mean,
Well,
he's not awful, but he's definitely not the best. Like
He's
everyone
not as good
says
as he
is.
thinks he is.
well, he seemed like he was better until like he got involved with DC. Like I feel like he couldn't do any wrong for a while, but then like the whole thing with Black Adam, like, bruh, what are you doing?
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, getting back to the cast list real quick. We have the main two is Margot Robbie as Barbie, Ryan Gosling as Ken, America Ferrera as Gloria, Ariana Greenblatt who plays Sasha, Michael Cera who plays Alan, and then we have a bunch of other Barbies and a bunch of other Kens. And then, Will Ferrell played the Mattel CEO. Helen Mirren played voiced the narrator. And I'm not seeing any other like big significant ones. Yeah, I think that's it. At least in terms of like the major players in this.
Right.
So let's just go through real quick. Who would your top 3 be? Or what would your top 3 actors look like?
I'm a little confused by the question. Like the top 3 in the movie?
Like your
Like you did-
like your favorite top 3. Like the top 3 actors.
I'm still confused. Like of all time,
Like,
or just in
no,
this?
no. Just this movie.
Okie dokie. Um, so like rate them from like 1 to 3. Like who's the first? Like
Yeah.
number one. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like we do it like this because I mean we occasionally have like some variation on who we think earned like the top spot in this movie, or
Like a shining star that maybe be like uh a dark horse or like underrated or something.
yeah, something like
Yeah.
usually along those lines.
Uh I mean, I love Margot Robbie, but I feel like Ken kind of overshadowed her a little bit because he did have his own songs that he was singing. And she like danced to them, but she didn't have like a musical number. Like so I feel like he kind of like was a little bit shinier for me. And then I would say she's number 2. And then uh probably it's a tough um choice between Alan and America. But I'm gonna go with America.
Good choices.
That is actually exactly what my top 3 looks like too.
Okay.
I loved America Ferrera in this. Like I just love her in general, but I mean she was great.
It's weird to see her as a mom figure instead of like, wasn't she Ugly Betty?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like that, and then she was in the like,
The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants.
yep. Like it's so weird because it's like I
she is a
grew up
mom
with
if you
her.
watch Superstore.
No, I didn't.
Missing out. I
It was
recommend
good.
it.
Okay.
It's actually I was super hesitant, but I really like that show.
Okay.
Like
I'm always looking
I
for
was
something.
dragging my feet on it a while, and Rose just did not do a very good job at selling it. But
Well, okay, I'm sorry. When you work at the biggest way that I always sold it is just like if you've ever worked in retail or the grocery business, like
Mhm.
you can relate to it so much, and that's like the only way I could ever think of to explain it to someone. Um, so yeah, I guess yeah, I was really bad at trying to hype the show up.
yeah, so I thought it was like I thought it was just going to be retail humor. So, but no, it's like if you've ever worked in your life, this is a
Okay.
freaking hilarious show.
Yeah.
All right, we'll check it out.
Yeah, you'll have to let us know what you think because
Think it's still on
Real
Hulu,
good.
I think.
Mhm.
Pretty sure, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, like I said, I agree with your top 3. So Rose, what do you think?
Okay, mine is different than your guys's.
It usually is.
Number 3, I gotta give to Michael Cera's Alan. Freaking absolutely loved him to death. Freaking every single time that he was on screen, I was laughing my ass off. Especially during the dance sequence when he's just like doing his own thing in the background. Oh man. But yeah, Michael Cera was amazing as Alan. Number 2.
Wait, can I stop you real quick?
Oh yeah.
Like one of the funniest scenes too is whenever they're like escaping and Alan gets out and fights all those construction workers. They just go back.
He's just like, I'm never getting out of here, am I?
Dude, I love that little line. Like once they figure out that they're supposed to build the wall horizontally, like we're gonna be trapped here forever.
Oh man.
Freaking love Alan.
Number 2, I would actually give to Ryan Gosling as Ken.
Okay.
I loved him. Don't get me wrong. Loved his song. Loved his character. Absolutely fantastic. But like, I know everyone's just like, oh yeah, Ken's the best character in this movie. Ryan Gosling is amazing. I'm sorry, I still feel Margot Robbie outshined him for the story that she got as stereotypical Barbie, especially the emotional scenes that she had, and her deciding to become human at the end. So yeah, Margot Robbie gets my number one.
I mean, in fairness, she probably should have gotten my number one too, but I'm like, I love the patriarchy. The man.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, that's great. All right. What are you guys sitting at with your acting score? Rose?
God, just everyone killed it. I can't think of one person that like took the score down. Okay, I can't think of one. Like, this is nothing against the. I kind of felt America Ferrera's daughter was a little bit annoying. I'm sorry. So she does drag it down for me a little bit, but like barely. So I'm gonna go 94.
All right. What are you
I
thinking,
mean, do
Beth?
you think her character was annoying or the acting?
I think it was the acting. I don't. It wasn't. Her character was written very well. The way that she approached the whole Barbie situation, like that was really good. Maybe I think it maybe was the acting, which really shocked me. Considering that the girl that played her, was young Gamora in Avengers: Infinity War.
Oh, I
Okay,
didn't
well
know
that's not fair. She had like one line.
Okay, fair. Fair enough.
You're,
All right,
you're judging her acting on one scene.
True. Okay. Fair enough. But yeah, so she just brings it down a little bit. So 94 for me.
All right.
I mean, what does he say? She did a teenager exactly right.
I mean,
agree
he's
with
not
that.
wrong.
He's not wrong.
Okay, so I was supposed to find her annoying, but I'm sorry, DJ. It still brings me down a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I would say I'm probably gonna be at like a 96 because I thought everyone did really well. I don't think there was any time when I was like looking at the person instead of the movie. So I have no critiques.
This was an interesting one for me to think about, because like I had to sit on this for a minute, because I knew that the acting would be like the one that I struggled with the most, because the acting, it comes off like super duper cheesy,
For sure.
but like that was like one of the things I had to like sit on. I'm like, it's supposed to be that way. Like they're
Right.
supposed to be like Barbies in Barbie Land. Like they're not supposed to be given like super realistic performances. They're supposed to be like happy, cheery, like basically robots.
Right. They're saving the world.
Yeah. And so I was like, it was like I said, if I was judging the cheesiness, I'd probably be somewhere in like the high 80s.
Okay.
But trying to like set aside my feelings about like that part of the acting, I think I'm bumped up to like around a 92.
I thought I was gonna be the dick, so I'm glad I'm not. Not saying you're a dick, Caleb, for that score. It's a great score.
That's
But just
exactly what you said.
My comments, I'm just like, ah, shit. Watch, Caleb's gonna either give it the same grade as Beth or even higher.
All right.
What did he say?
That's hilarious.
Caleb hates me.
I knew it.
Rude, DJ.
Oh man.
Oh, all right. Trying to divert the attention from that. Moving on over to character development, which obviously I think we need to do this on Barbie. Or like,
Absolutely.
you think just Barbie or Barbie and Ken? Like, I mean, because they kind of both had some growth there.
That's a good point.
Like going back to DJ's comment of "I am Knuff."
Yeah.
Like I thought they both had like really decent arcs. Where I mean, Ken's kind of seemed more like he was feeling neglected, and then he was just kind of acting out for attention. Like that's kind of how it came off. Like everything that he was doing, and then just
Yeah.
kind of turned into more like when he like made that reveal. Like I didn't even really like the patriarchy once I realized how little horses were involved. Like that, I was
I
like
love that.
That
that
was
seems
so
right.
great. That was great.
Well,
And
and like whenever she was like leaving and he was like, well, I would go, but and then the other guy is like, I dare you to go. Whatever.
oh my gosh, my favorite thing was when he like was just kind of like slowly shuffling away, and then Barbie's just like, don't go too far. I won't.
Right.
Then he like
Like he's
runs
like
off.
looking back at her while he's like walking away because he can't get too far away from her.
Oh man.
Like, gosh, like Ryan Gosling sold that so well.
Oh yeah.
Seriously.
Well, and I mean, like the Ken doll wasn't actually a lifeguard. He's just
It was just Beach.
And how funny is that whenever he tries to be a lifeguard in the real world and they're like, well, can you swim? It's like, no, I don't really do that. Like, well, there's no danger here.
That was a great scene. I love that he's just like, yeah, if it wasn't for like my lack of education and my lack of money and my lack of training in any like usable skill, like I would have ruled that world.
Oh, what about whenever he goes to the hospital and he's asking if he can do an appendectomy or whatever, and he's like, but I'm a man. I mean, please, can I just do it? No.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh. Dude, I love Ryan Gosling. He played Ken like a teenager.
Yeah.
Like it kind of like a teenager in an adult's body. Because like I was just like thinking like when we first get introduced to him, he's like trying to get their like Barbie's attention. Hey Barbie, look at this. And then he goes and tries to do something impressive, completely freaking biffs it.
And then he's like, you didn't see that, right? Crashes into the plastic wave.
Oh, man.
But like
Yeah.
whenever he's having his like moment at the end with Barbie and he's trying to figure out who he is and he's like, Beach. Just like, no. Not Beach.
Gosh, man, this movie just hits like exactly where
Yeah.
it needed to. I loved it.
Me too. It was a lot of fun.
Same here.
So, I mean, what do you guys think of like the character development? Like I'll start this one, but I really liked how oh shit. I liked how Barbie went like after like she was like kind of the reluctant hero in this. Like she like had to kind of go into the real world to figure out like why she's having these thoughts of death and like the whole cellulite thing and like freaking out about that. And like once she gets into the real world, she like starts to see all these different things that like that scare her. but she like embraces that challenge or that like life at the end, which I thought was really like cool for her character. So I thought she had like like, and then like just talking about her like her emotional arc, because she was just living the high life and then like goes down and this big old like depression rabbit hole, like only to
Right.
just to come up to find like new and different happiness in her life. Like that, I thought that was great. So I'm not quite cracking in the 90s with this one. I'm like I'm high. I'm still high though. I'm sitting around like an 88 maybe. What do you think, Rose?
For me, because we're like grading both Barbie and Ken, right, for their storylines, or is it just
I'd say
Barbie?
yeah.
Okay.
Like that's probably
Um.
around what I'd give with Ken too.
Okay. If I was just doing Ken, I would definitely agree with you. I'm in the high 80s. But with just adding Barbie's storyline, especially like everything that you said, and just the ending that she gets, I feel is just such great character development, such great storytelling that like I have to break a 90 for it. So 90 for me.
All right. I'm gonna agree with Rose. I thought her story, like her character arc, was good. How she just was oblivious, living in Barbie world, and then she visits the real world and sees that it's not as easy for women there as it is in uh, her dream world, and then decides at the end to go back to it anyway because she actually wants to make a difference.
Yeah. I love that. Like like the conversation about being like what she was, being the idea versus being the imaginer or the person who imagines. Like
Right.
that was a great conversation.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, and knowing that there's stakes, like you don't just wake up every day and say hi to all the Barbies, like uh you're gonna die. But she still chose that anyway. And then for Ken, I don't think his character uh had that much growth, but like he was on the right path at the end to grow.
Yeah. So DJ's asking, was Barbie being born at the end? What was going on with her and Ruth in that hallway or big empty room or whatever it was? What did you guys think about like what's happening in that scene? I mean, that's a great question.
That is.
Like I thought that she was like what Ruth was doing was showing Barbie what the real world has to offer, even though it's not like a perfect matriarchal society like Barbie Land. I think she was just showing what the things that can come from the real world.
Yeah.
But I think that was like one scene that I maybe had a little bit of issue with, because it seemed like what Ruth was trying to do was warn, or it came off at like initially that she was trying to warn her what the real world was like.
Mhm.
And I think that they should have shown some things that were like maybe a little more negative, just like about the world, and then kind of gone into like the more positive stuff, showing like there's like the dark with the light kind of deal, and
Yeah.
not just all the good stuff, because I'm like, yeah, it's super easy to sell all the good shit.
Yeah, not wrong.
Well, one thing I think that was good that she said in that scene was that the mom stopped so the daughters can look back and see how far they've come. I thought that was an inspiring line.
Yeah,
Oh
that
my
really
gosh,
was.
that was an emotional line.
Yeah.
yeah, I really wish I would have gone to see that with my wife, because I think she would have lost it with that line. But it is so good, so good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's more what they were doing in that room. To answer DJ's question, I thought it was more like trying to show what the real world had to offer. Like, unless you guys interpreted it some other way, like, what do you think?
I'm agreeing with you, but I feel like I need to like watch it again, like
Yeah.
see that specific scene again, just to like fully get where I see it was coming from. But I absolutely agree where you're coming from. Like, I just want to see if like maybe I form a different opinion fully. So honestly, I'm not gonna say my answer without seeing it a second time.
Right. Well, and I don't know if I would say she's being born, because she was already able to like go to the real world. So, I mean, maybe I'm like thinking of it too stupidly, but uh,
No, okay.
like maybe the idea of living in the real world is being born, but like she's already done that.
Yeah.
Go ahead, because I think you're gonna bring up the next category that I want to talk about anyway.
Yeah. She was with her creator.
Oh, okay.
That's a fair point too.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Yeah. But yeah, getting into our next category, the one that I think we're gonna freaking go nuts over, the effects. So this covers everything. It covers practical, covers special, to kind of ease Mikey T's mind. This covers production design, like all that good stuff. Holy crap.
Seriously, like, God.
Were you guys as blown away by by Barbie Land as I was?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm so mad. Sorry, you go ahead.
No, you go. You go.
No, I was gonna say, I'm so mad that freaking Oppenheimer got all of the XD theaters with Cinemark, because I would have loved to have been able to see how Barbie Land looked in XD. I wanted to see that shit as big as I could, because oh my God, it looks so beautiful.
What I was gonna say is, I think there's a place, I saw it on the internet in like California, where someone has built a Barbie dream house, and you can rent it out like an Airbnb. And like since the movie came out, it's like Barbie's dream house hosted by Ken, and it's like it has like Ken's name spelled out in like pool floats, and it has the house kind of turned into the Mojo Dojo Casa house.
Oh my God,
That's
amazing.
incredible.
Yeah, it's pretty
That is
cool. I saw it.
fantastic.
Dude, I would love to know how much of that set was practical. Because it all looked like super real. Like,
Yeah,
it actually looked like they built like a small little community of Barbie dream houses.
right.
Like, it looked so good.
Well, could you imagine if that's how our houses really were, like with open like fronts and backs or whatever? And you just woke up and you're like, "Hi, Caleb."
I would. I couldn't handle that in the slightest. I'm such an anti
man.
morning person. Like, don't even talk to me
Right.
in the mornings.
Me too.
Oh, the dream
Oh,
houses look
Jody's
good
in the
enough.
chat. What's up?
He's not wrong. They did look like they could have been made of candy. Like they
Yeah.
look so good.
Yeah.
That was the biggest thing for me, like all the like those sets looked awesome. Like, and even like the weird stuff, like like I'm thinking like when Ken went and ran into the wave and bounced off of him and went like flying, like it made sense because it looked like, well, I was thinking it looked like someone like taking a Barbie and like trying to like flipping it in midair.
Right.
It was just like
Yeah.
with a real person. So it was just like the way that he was turning, it felt like they everything that like happened, it felt like they were being like they were toys. But obviously just with real people. So I loved like the mobile ambulance and everything. Like I thought
Oh,
that was really cool. Like how it opened up, like if the Barbie ambulances do. Like I
yeah.
love that stuff. Like
so great.
it looks amazing. And then like all the other like different stuff that they had in there, like Mattel, like the offices looked really good. Like all the weird like kind of artistic stuff that they were doing with that. Like that was awesome. Like no complaints there whatsoever. Everything looked amazing. Like I'm even thinking of like the extra like the Barbie size stuff, like the cups or
Oh, right.
the brushes, the toothbrush, like is all like to scale of like an actual Barbie. Like ah, like so good.
Yeah, everything looked legit, even including like the rollerblades, like how obnoxious they were, like plastic and like, let me just lift them up for you guys. Um, and like how they were like neon yellow because that's how they actually were.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, dude, that was like the first like leaked set photo was them in those outfits with the rollerblades. That was just chef's kiss.
Yeah.
Oh man, I with everything that they pulled off, it looked like an actual set. Like their entire city looked like a real like they built all of that stuff. Like if any of that was CGI, I would be blown away to learn that any of that
Same
was
here.
CGI.
Yeah, it all had to be practical, I feel.
Yeah, and I'm even like thinking of like the super cheesy effects where it's like they would flip in the car and then when they land it'd be like
Oh, like it
the
flipped over and then
yeah, like
it,
they'd all flip over and then it land and when it had the impact it would be like that weird Barbie dust
right.
or like the animated like dust would kind of come off to the sides. Like I loved that stuff. Like
Right.
it fit the tone, fit like what they had already set up. Like I loved like the sparkle that they were having when like when Ryan and Simu were like basically like flexing at each other. Like
Um
so good.
Yeah, and I like to whenever they were like going from Barbie Land to the real world, how they had the different scenes with like different things that Barbies could play with, like jet skis or an RV camper. Like I liked all that stuff, how it
So
looked.
good.
I love that their little explanation for that. Like you go from sports car to rocket ship
Mhm.
to to camper to like, and then they're like, okay, well, how do I get back? You just do that in reverse.
Right. Were they on jet skis or just a boat?
I think it was a snowmobile. Oh no, it
Yeah,
was
it was a
yeah
boat
they
and a
had
snowmobile.
no they had a
Okay, that's what it
snowmobile.
was. A
Yeah,
snowboat.
I was gonna say I would have sworn they were on a jet ski too, but I think it might have been
I
a
don't know.
boat.
They could have been. I don't know. I mean, that just gave me another reason to see this movie again. So,
Right.
like, I needed a
Gotta
reason.
confirm that.
Did you? I mean, this is such a small part, but I thought it was really funny. Like when they were first traveling, did you guys notice Ken like on the boat, he like turned around, saw the seagull, and just kind of went like jump backward.
No. But I thought it was kind of funny too whenever they're on the rocket and he's like, trying to hold on. And she's oblivious.
Does anyone remember the name of at a Weird Barbie's house? The I forget the dog's name that was included with like some Barbie playsets. How it was just freaking just roaming around, just pooping all over the floor.
Oh, like little jelly beans or whatever.
Yeah, I forget the name of the dog though.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but I can't think of a single effect that I didn't like about this. So, I don't know if I want to give it like I'm real close to 100 though. I'm sitting at like maybe a 98 if I'm, and the 2 points is me nitpicking to death. So what do you guys think?
You go first, Rose. I'm
Okay.
terrible at rating.
No, you're
Like
I'm
I
not
I like talking about
I'm
movies, but I'm not good at
No,
ratings.
you're good.
I'm probably throwing off your whole like system. Somebody's gonna be
No,
like,
you're
"Why is this
doing
movie
great.
above that movie?" Like because Beth was there.
No, you're doing great, Beth.
Well, thanks.
Oh.
I'm doing my best.
I don't nitpick as much as Caleb does. So yeah, sorry, I'm going 100.
That's completely fair. Like I said, I'm nitpicking real hard to dock those two.
Yeah, I'll go with that too. Sure.
With the 100 or
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, hell yeah.
All right, next up we got music.
Okay.
This
100.
soundtrack was off the hook. You giving it a 10?
Oh, is that the highest score?
Yeah,
10?
yeah. So this one's out of 10.
All right, 10 out of 10. Because I've
can
been
agree with
listening to that Ken song all day long.
That is a damn good song.
Yeah.
It is. I love it.
It
so
had
much.
it had no business being as good as it was.
I've seen
Right. I wasn't
so many.
expecting that.
I saw a post that said everyone was hyping up Barbenheimer, Barbie versus Oppenheimer, but now everyone's just like, no, I feel the real competition is which was a better original song in 2023. I'm Just Ken or Peaches from the Super Mario Bros.
Oh,
movie.
okay.
Damn.
Yeah.
So
It's a tough one.
I guess that's the new competition. Which one was better?
I'll have to think about that.
They're both
that's
so
a serious
good.
coin flip.
Right? They're both so good.
Yeah, like the I'm Just Ken was really good. All of the others, like, gosh, like this, I
Right.
think this was a 10 out of 10 soundtrack.
Yeah.
I was coming in thinking it was going to be a 9. Like, but it was good.
Yeah, like the dance sequence where they're like dancing at the beginning. I think
yeah,
that's a Dua Lipa song.
Yeah,
And
Dance the
that's
Night Away, I think.
yeah, it's so fun.
Is
The Lizzo song "Hey Barbie." What else?
that was a great one.
At the end, they had the Nicki Minaj remix of Barbie World.
Who
Like-
did the that slower paced song for like the emotional scenes? Like when during that scene where Ruth and Barbie are in the like that weird magical realm.
I don't know. And I didn't know the song she was like singing in the car when she was like driving away from Barbie Land.
Yeah, I didn't know that one. But
What about
oh my
Ken
gosh,
playing the guitar on the beach?
That was so great.
oh my hell. Yeah.
Oh,
I
man.
think I'm at a 10 with the
Yeah.
music. That was
So good.
oh yeah. like I said, I came in thinking that this is going to be a 9, but gosh damn it, if it weren't for freaking I'm just Ken.
Right. Like I just wasn't expecting that at all. Because like I thought the dancing was good enough to be in like a Broadway show, or like it's comparative to a movie like maybe like Grease or something like that, and I just wasn't expecting that like at all, and I loved it.
So good.
So good.
All right, so if we're in total agreement over that,
All right.
all right, next up, costumes.
All right. Okay. So the costumes I thought were hilarious. Like whenever they were like, "Oh, we gotta dress like regular people," and then they go and get those like cowboy outfits. Like you gotta pay for those. And they run and then they get arrested again.
Oh my gosh.
Why did they get arrested the first time?
Because Barbie punched that dude who slapped her ass.
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't that messed up?
Yeah, seriously.
It's super messed
Like, what
up.
the fuck?
Right.
I will say, freaking, I think it mostly happened towards the ending, but when Ken is like throwing all Barbie's clothes out of her house, and he throws it up in the air, and it like pauses, and we'll say
Right.
what collection it's from.
Yeah.
That was fantastic.
Dude, I love that. I was just like, that's a really, and I love that it happened with like every article of clothing that got thrown in some way,
Yeah.
shape, or form.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it like when Ken like took his like big old fur coat and threw it at the other Ken, it like did the same thing, like went and opened up in midair and then like traveled down to him.
Yeah.
Right.
It so good.
Yeah,
The
and
costume
like
department nailed it.
Seriously.
yeah. Like whenever he took off that fur coat and then he had that like leather vest thing underneath, I'm like, why is he wearing
Oh man, shit.
Oh
that?
man.
But that was their clothes.
They if Barbie doesn't at least get nominated for a costume award, I'm going to be pissed.
Right.
That is truly highway robbery, I feel, from the Academy.
Yeah, I can't think of a single other movie like off the top of my head right now that deserves a costume award.
Agreed.
Like this was fantastic. Like I would damn near put this on. Like I might put the movie I'm about to say a little bit higher, barely. I would compare this to Rocket Man, the
Okay.
the Elton John one.
John.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's just because I feel like Elton John's outfits are as iconic can get, and this was like right up there.
Right. I mean, I think that's a fair comparison because the clothes that they use in the movie for Barbie are like actual representations of the clothes that were available for the dolls, as well as the costumes in Rocket Man were the actual like crazy stuff that he wore. So I think that's fair.
Yeah. So this one's also out of 10, and I'm giving it a 10.
Same.
Same.
Oh man. I can see the percentages. I don't think people are gonna like our scores very much.
You're
Or at
welcome.
least I think the ranking is gonna get a little nuts. And I'm not upset about it in the slightest. Like I mean, you've like I know you like Beth. I know you think you're affecting these scores like a ton. You've been like in line with what we've been
Okay.
giving it. The only like seriously the only one that like there's a big difference in, or not even, is like the acting score. Like, and there's only like a 2% difference.
Okay. Well, then I don't feel that bad.
Yeah, like like these get averaged out. So I mean, unless you like we give something like a 40 and someone gives 100, like it's still going to average out to like a C plus.
Gotcha.
That's why we like this system, because it's still like it affects everything. Like everyone like has equal say on this, but it's still like keeps it averaged.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense. I just feel bad judging, I guess. Not that it's a bad system or anything, but I just feel like I don't know that much about movies. I just like joking around about them. So I'm like, should I be rating this? But here I am.
Yeah. All right. Last up, we got our own personal scores. So who wants to take this one first? Rose.
Sure. Yeah. Gladly. Yeah. Friggin', I walked out of this movie just saying I absolutely loved this movie. I had such a great time. The cast was amazing. The message was great. Just everything was great in this movie. I hardly have any problems. Just I literally can't wait to watch Barbie again. Um, like I honestly the only I can't the only problem I have with this is I don't know how high it's gonna be in my top 5 of the year, because it's definitely up there. Even though we're not even close to being done with this year. Um, so hmm. God, how high do I want to go here? That is the real question.
You know he's struggling because he's usually Johnny on the spot with his, his
Oh,
score.
yeah.
That's true. Yeah. I'm gonna go with 94.
All right, what do you think, Beth?
All right. I think I'm going to go with like a 96 because I think it was a really fun movie. And I also can't wait to watch it again just to like see if there's any jokes I missed. And like, I just think it was really fun overall. Again, I love the speech. I love the dance number. I love the soundtrack. I love the message. Like, I just thought it was a really good movie, even though it was supposed to be like cheesy. Um, I think it was cheesy in the best way. So that's what I'm going with.
Ooh, I'm going middle of the road here. I'm sitting at a 95. This I was not expecting to enjoy this movie as much as I did.
Yeah.
I had a feeling that I would walk out thinking it was a good time, but I didn't think it would resonate with me as much as it did. Like I was a kid. I didn't grow up with girls around me that played with Barbie. I had a couple GI Joes, but even those I didn't play with like super often. So I just didn't really quite have that connection to Barbie as a character. So that's kind of I thought that like people that were super interested in Barbie or knew a lot about it would kind of go in, get something out of it, like kind of have that like a nostalgic deal with it and whatnot. But I was not expecting a soup like what we got. It was it for like I've said a lot throughout this. It subverted all of my expectations in the best possible way. But yeah, I'm sitting at like a solid 95.
And I'm the asshole.
So yeah, I'm making Rose the asshole.
Yeah.
Oh,
At a
Nice.
94.
I officially
So-
like Sam Nelson over here.
Hey. Sorry, DJ and Vic, you're out.
Yeah. Suck it, nerds. uh, one thing I was thinking about while we were talking is like, what if somebody was playing with the Ken doll and like giving him the self doubt or the
Self-doubt Ken.
right?
Oh man. Dude,
So
I love that whole the joke about Ken, like with the Mattel executives. They're just like, Ken's not something we're worried about ever.
So rude. So rude.
but like, what about whenever the Mojo Dojo Casa houses started selling? Whenever like he took over Barbie Land, like who was buying them?
I love Will Ferrell's reaction to that, and he's just like, "Oh no, like the weirdness has begun." All right. Well, going through these scores real quick, starting off with story, we ended up averaging out to a 94.3. Writing got a little bit of a bump. It is sitting at a 95. Our acting score, still super high, sitting at a 94. Character development is where this movie had the biggest dive. It's sitting at an 89.3. The effects, definitely a high point of this movie, sitting at a 99.3. Music, we gave a 10 out of 10. Costumes also got a 10 out of 10, and our personal score averaged out to a 95. So, with all of that, the final All Bros and Untrained Eye letter grade for Barbie has come out to an A.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, a
Hell
super
yeah.
solid A. So our cutoff for an A is a 94%. This ended up scoring a 95.87%. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So super happy with that. Let's see. Comparing this to, because we don't have very many
Like in that range.
very many not very many in that range at all. So oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So Barbie sitting at an 95.87% is now our new number 3 movie
Okay.
rated.
Holy shit, that's awesome.
So it is sitting. It is. Ooh, there are going to be some thoughts about this.
Uh-oh.
It is sitting like I'm just looking at what it's above. All right. It is below Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. And it is also below Spider-Man No Way Home.
Okay.
Going the opposite direction.
Huh.
Ooh, it is sitting above Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Okay.
It is also above Bohemian Rhapsody, as well as The Ballad of Buster Scruggs and Avengers Endgame. And
Yeah,
wait, is
people
that-
are definitely gonna have some thoughts.
Yup. And then just because that was only 4, it's above War of the Planet of the Apes. But
Okay.
that one's in the A- range. So that is as bold of a statement as I think we've ever made on this show,
Yeah.
and I'm not upset about it.
Yeah.
Me neither.
Ooh,
That,
we're gonna
that's
catch some
amazing.
shit for that.
that is
So-
amazing.
That's hilarious.
All I can say is bring it on.
Dude, I usually post what okay, yeah. I was gonna say I usually post like what things are below first, So yeah, I'll keep with that. Because I mean, if you guys like check our TikTok on Sundays, I put what the movie's below, and then I put on Monday, the day that the episode gets released, I put what it's above, and I think we're in for a shitstorm on
Yeah,
Monday.
that's hilarious. Like you guys are getting a lot of traction on TikTok.
It definitely feels like it. Our like we got a like a weekly analytics, and it's
Yeah.
like freaking crazy.
Yeah, like I see people like commenting for you guys to do different movies all the time. They're like, "Hurry up and do this one." I mean, that's a
Yeah,
good sign.
Yeah, I mean, we try our best, but I mean, there's like the people that do comment like are persistent.
Right.
Seriously.
Like we had like one guy that kept wanting us to do Rocky 4, and he
Oh,
like
really?
commented on on every single video for speak of the devil.
That's hilarious. Hi, Mikey G.
Yeah, he we did we got like the dude, it was seriously for like a couple months. He was like, do Rocky 4. Like, hey, it'd be a great movie to do after this, Rocky 4. Like, dude, I haven't even seen it. Was like right after we'd just gotten done watching Creed. So I was like trying to make my
Uh-huh.
way through the Rocky movies. And I
Yeah.
was just like, screw it. I'm just going to watch Rocky 4.
So, did you like it?
It was actually really good. It holds up really well.
Like, I'm a huge fan of Rocky. Like, I used to watch those movies like all the time. And I don't know, like something about Rocky's like underdog spirit like has always like resonated with me because he's just a like a dumb guy from the streets that's like, I'm gonna do the best I can to be the best I can and not give up. So I love all those movies, even the ones that aren't good. So that's hilarious that he was persistent. So after you like did it, then did he move on to like Rocky 5 or was he just like,
No, he just wanted us to do Rocky 4.
oh, okay.
It like he started like commenting again, and like we were talking about a movie and we were talking about how good of a sequel it is and blah blah blah, and then he put in the comments, you know what else is a really good sequel? Rocky 4. And like he didn't
He's
like he wasn't
obsessed.
asking us to wasn't asking us to do Rocky 4 or anything. He was just like obviously because we already
Trolling
done
now.
Rocky 4. He just now he's just trolling. And it's funny.
Oh yeah. I haven't
So
seen the last Creed movie yet, but I really want to.
that's a good one.
Yeah.
Is it? Like
It
I
is
like the
really
other
good.
two. But I'm
I
a
feel it's
little
the
bit
best of
sad
all
that
three.
Rocky's not in it, even though it's not his franchise anymore. Like
That's fair.
tier.
Yeah, I think we made the same comment when we talked about it.
I
Yeah.
think I was indifferent though. I said that I didn't miss him just because
No?
I feel like, and don't get me wrong, like I love Rocky, but I feel that the way that they told this story with Apollo Creed and his opponent Don was it Dames? I forget his name. John Boyega's character.
Oh, okay.
Not John Boyega.
It's the guy
Not
that got
John Boyega.
canceled.
Jonathan Majors' character. My
Majors,
bad.
yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
It's all right.
I feel that for how personal it gets between those two and everything, like by the time that the movie ends, you're just like, you know what? I didn't even miss Rocky, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's just you get so captivated in the story that they tell that you hardly even realize that he's not there.
Oh, well, good.
So,
I can't wait to see it. I still miss Rocky.
Yeah, real quick, I'm not sure if he's still watching, but Mikey, next week we're talking about Haunted Mansion. You still in? So I'll wait for that response if he's still watching. But anyway, Rose, if you want to take it away, that's all I got.
Okay. Unless Beth has anything else she wants to say about Barbie.
I think I've said everything.
Okay.
I'm just Ken. That's enough. I'm great at
Perfect.
doing stuff.
That's perfect. All right. Well, do you want to tell everybody where they can find your podcast, The Untrained Eye?
Sure. Like if it ever comes back. Uh Usually DJ does all this. So it's on the everywhere you
You
listen
should
to
get him.
podcasts. Yeah, let me get them.
Just bring it to
DJ,
Just
can you
let us-
come and like tell me how to close out the show? I don't know where we can find us.
Uh,
Bring back the Untrained Eye. We're trying.
I agree with Mikey.
Oh yeah, do you listen to our podcast, Rose?
Not as often as I should, but I will fully admit that I've missed seeing you guys pop up for new episodes in my Spotify feed.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I
I'm
mean-
a weekly listener. You guys have like really jacked up my Fridays.
I'm so sorry.
I
I
only-
mean, go ahead.
a lot of the podcasts I listen to have like stopped or gone away, and so I'm like trying to find new stuff, but I just haven't found anything that's like because what my Fridays include or used to, as I would listen to Untrained Eye. Then I would listen to this other show that I watch, Dynamic Duel.
Okay.
Then I would watch or then I listen to Failing Hollywood. Then I usually watch or listen to The Plunge after that. And then I have like a couple others. Like, do you still watch or listen to My Worst Date?
Yeah,
Ah,
it's in my rotation.
yeah. So
I love that show. The only thing is I don't love the FMK part.
yeah,
So that's just my personal
it
opinion.
gets a little nuts.
Yeah. Because
But-
I don't know, like it just I don't know, that's not really my favorite thing, but I love listening to dates that are freaking crazy because the audacity.
Yeah, the prop one that Mikey does is good too.
Oh yeah.
We got to bring that one up. Yeah,
In Hollywood.
yeah. So I used to have, I was able to like knock out everything that I had by like Sunday before I left work because I work weekends. But yeah, now I'm able to usually finish up. We're still like running by like Friday, so I have like nothing to listen to on Saturday and Sunday.
Oh yeah. Like I don't know, like it's just hard to like make time for it because like you guys know that our nephews are living with us now, so we're like running them all over the place and like before like we didn't eat dinner every night, but now we kind of have to. So so it takes up a lot of time, and then the free time that we have we're like, oh, let's just hang out and watch some trash TV for a while and do our chores. But we are planning on coming back. Like every time we like try, we're like, oh, we're gonna release this episode and then we're gonna make it a regular thing, and then we release one and then it's like a month later we didn't go back to it. So but we both miss doing it. And there's a lot of like crazy stuff that I would like to complain about that's going on in Florida. Well,
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
I'm excited for when you guys come back finally.
Same here.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate that. Hopefully it'll stick this time.
Yeah. Why is DJ taking so long?
I think he might be in bed. Is he still in the chat?
Not that I've seen. Like he hasn't commented for a while.
Yeah, because he
But-
gets up at like 5.
Oh. Yeah. Well, I post everywhere that you can find you guys in the comment or the description, so we got
Yeah.
that covered.
So we're covered.
I mean, it's
well,
the Untrained
sorry.
Eye. It's everywhere. It's okay.
That's true. Well, if you like what you heard and want to hear more from me and Caleb, you can find us wherever you listen to podcasts. We are literally everywhere. Literally go to like any podcast listening platform and you'll find us. So yeah, like wow, almost said Spotify. Oh my God, Caleb, you sure
Rose
you don't
is
want to take
tired.
this? You sure you don't want to take this one?
It's your turn, fool.
I don't know if I can finish it, man.
You can do it.
You can find us on Spotify, Google Podcast, iHeartRadio, all that fun stuff. You can also catch all of our episodes on YouTube if that's your preferred listening platform. You can follow us on all of our social media, where you can also answer our questions of the week and give us any movie suggestions that you have for our mini breakdowns that we do. You can find us at facebook.com/the Allbros, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at the Allbros, or if you prefer to email us. Oh my God. What is sleep? Because that's what I need. You can email us at theallbroschannel@gmail.com. You can check out our website, tinyurl.com/theallbros. Or you can also check out our merch store on TeePublic. And you can find that at teepublic.com/user/the Allbros channel. Next week, it's going to be an awesome week. We got the Haunted Mansion, and we'll have a special guest, Mikey from Failing Hollywood. So that is going to be amazing. But until then, this has been the Allbros Podcast. Beth, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me. My terrible
And-
opinions.
Stop underselling yourself. You had amazing opinions.
Well, thanks for the praise. That's why I did it.
You're welcome. Yeah, we will catch you guys next week. So long.
Deuces.